Alright, so one of the first things I got to do in salvaging all this gear is, well, we got to start filling in holes, because these parts have been used, maybe even abused a little bit over time, and parts have been changed out and new ones put in a couple of times at least. So, see this here? What I want to do right now is the holes here, the holes around the pickup mounting holes, and I think you can see that there. There's a lot of holes there around the headstock where the tuners go. So we're going to fill those in. I got my wood glue, I got toothpicks, and I got cutters. And once it's dry, we're going to sand it down. I'm going to get started. Okay, it's about half an hour later. What can I say? It's time consuming. And that's the body. All the holes are filled. And now they just gotta dry. Now, I'm gonna sand by hand, maybe break out the Dremel, and just clean up all these little spots on the body and on the headstock. Alright, so I finished sanding down all those little stubby ends, okay? Take a look at the neck, the headstock rather. I don't know how well you can see that, everything is so light now, but I think you can see that. Alright, and here on the front. Now, yeah, it's not the prettiest thing right there, and being perfectly honest, I actually did end up breaking out the Dremel, and it got a little heavy-handed a little quick. So I had to get the settings down, and then by the time I did, I had some of the veneer sanded away down here, right? This stuff came later, because when I was done doing all that, I started sanding. I figured out, let me start sanding, because this job is going to be, well, it's going to be a hell of a job, because when the guy painted this, even though he painted it weakly because he painted it with spray paint, he actually did a really good job. He did the job right, he just did it with the quick way with spray paint. He stripped it down, but he left the sealer on, yet he did primer anyway. And then on top of that, we got the yellow. So I got a lot of sanding to do. I actually started this a long time ago and never finished it because it was a hell of a job. As you can see, that's what the wood looks like, or the veneer, because this is a really thin veneer. This veneer is lighter than this side, and that's because of the sealer. So the way I figure it, I got about 6, 10, 12 more hours of doing this. It could be a while. I got to do this by hand. I know it sounds crazy, those kind of hours, but I got to do this by hand. I live in a small New York City apartment that's got very little ventilation, so using paint removers and that kind of stuff is out of the question. I can't do it outside because I'm in an apartment building, so the landlord, the manager is right there, and he'll call the cops as soon as I try and do something. Yay. So I have limited options, and that's why I'm staining it, but that means I got to sand it all the way down to the wood. So it's going to take me a little while to get to the next part, but hold on, because something came in. You can't see it there, but that's the RIT. This is going to be the top. Now, we're waiting on the black, which is going to be the rest of the body. This is going to be where I stop right here, because I got sanding to do, and you guys don't want to hang out. Not for that. Later.